Hey everyone, this is Mr.o here and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be showcasing something that I made and I think is pretty cool, and you guys can check it out for yourselves if you really like it. So basically what I've done is I've went and created a custom data pack. This data pack adds a couple new features. There's new structures, new mobs, new items, new crafting recipes, etc, etc. I'll get to it all in this video, don't worry. I just wanted to start with the really big stuff. So the first thing we have here is a treehouse. It has a pretty nice interior, I would say. It's got a lovely sunflower banner pattern. And then in here you can find the chest of just a normal village house. So emeralds, books, saplings, apples, bread. It's not a lot of good stuff. Obviously the emeralds are a pretty good find, but it's nothing too much. The next thing is, I was actually lucky enough to find an actual graveyard. So these things, there's graves all around here, and I'll let you explore at your own will, but it has a chest here. It doesn't contain a lot of good loot, but there is a secret item that you can find from these chests. Alright, I was able to find it. It's called a dexterity soul fragment, and I'll be making more of these soul fragments in the future. I'm planning on updating this data pack, by the way. But what this does is, it's eventually going to be used in crafting recipes, but for now, it's when in offhand, plus 0.1 attack speed. This is a flat thing. It's most beneficial on axes since they only have like 1 attack speed, so it'll be 1.1, as opposed to a sword where you'll get from 1.6 to 1.7. These are a cool pickup you can find in here, and just make sure to have it in your offhand if you want to use a faster attacking weapon. Now something interesting that does happen is, and I've got night vision here so you guys can see a little bit better. In these graveyards there spawns necromancers, and what the necromancers will do, if you'll watch closely, they summon more zombies. So yeah, those are a threat that you have to worry about, but they drop some pretty unique loot, and I'll let you find out what that loot is on your own. As you can see, there's custom mobs here, and what they'll do is they'll summon spears from underneath you, and yeah, it'll shoot upwards. The terrain generation is a bit buggy, but I think you'll see that it is worth it. So you go in here, and there's some nice loot for you to pick up, and you can go underground. There's an underground section of this, and so yeah, there's different sections. There's forges, which these are actually quite rare. I'll get to that in a minute. Some zombie spawners, on some chest areas with some nice loot. It can get pretty big, so there's a lot of mobs in here. But yeah, you're gonna want to be careful. There's more ways to go. There's a downstairs area, even more downstairs area, but yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty big structure. Well, it varies in size, so be on the lookout for them. And they're quite rare too, so if you see one, you can go check it out. We have the scouting grounds. So here it is. Doesn't that look beautiful? And inside you've got some nice loot, some gold, some food. A lot of times you won't find that much good stuff, but these things are scattered around everywhere, and it's just a nice way to give the nether a little bit more variety instead of just like empty barren lands for miles and miles. It's just a cool thing to come in and loot, and you can get these banners. They look pretty sick in my opinion. Alright, so we made it to the end, and there's one more structure I need to show you. It is called the end shop. Oh, there's one right here. So basically they spawn with 2 of these husk things. They're called hovel guardians. They just guard this place, and don't worry, they don't despawn. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kill them. And I had a very high level of sharpness, which is why I was able to kill them so easily. Anyways, point being, they dropped these things called cosmic powder. And these cosmic powder is going to be very useful later. I'll show you once we get to the crafting recipes. Alright, there's one more mob that doesn't generate in a structure. The Mesa warriors spawn in the Mesa biomes, not just the temples. Just letting you know. Here we go. Just know, these guys, even though they look like it, they're not limited to these blocks or this biome. But these are the infected skeletons, and they have a special item that I want to showcase. They have what's called the warped bow, and it's just a regular bow, you know, the typical standard stuff, and shoot it at the ground, and, well, or miss the enemy, then it locks them in place for a second or two, and it damage them only by a little bit, but it's still a pretty decent amount. It's a 1 second cooldown. It's just better than the normal bow. I'm planning on adding more bows in the future, but for now, this is all that it is. I'd say it's a pretty unique bow, and if you can find it, then try and farm it. Looting is definitely recommended because the chances are kind of slim. Anyways, I believe that is it for the mobs. Let's get into crafting recipes. Now, I know. You want to see what this cosmic powder does. Well, the most impressive thing, in my opinion, is the sword upgrade. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to throw a sword, throw a dragon egg, and throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And there you go. It upgrades the sword to a cosmic sword. And I don't know about you, but that looks sick. And it just does 2 more damage than what the normal netherite sword does. And it gives you plus 5% movement speed while you're holding it. So, bam, bam. And there's one thing you should know about it. If I give it sharpness 5, it doesn't update the attack damage. Don't fret. That's just a visual bug. I can't really do anything about it. Just know that yes, Sharpness, Smite, and Bane of Arthropods do in fact change the damage of the sword by the same amount as a normal sword. The next thing is, depending on the block that is below it, let's say I throw a book onto here, and I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It turns into an enchanted book. And what is that enchanted book? Just Unbreaking and Mending. That's only if you put it on the crafting table though. If you put it on other blocks, like let's say the smithing table, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It all combines together. It gives me a maxed out armor book. It has everything. Soul speed, swift sneak, and then let's say you throw it on an anvil. Well, that gives you a maxed out sword book. Now, if you don't want some of the enchantments that are on here, like let's say for this one, I wanted Frostwalker instead of Depth Strider, all you would have to do is apply Frostwalker to the boots before you put this book on. Same thing with this. If I wanted Smite, for example, I put Smite on before Sharpness. There are a couple recipes that I added. So first of all, if I get an apple, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold blocks, you can, in fact, make enchanted golden apples. You're welcome. Campfires have some pretty unique properties. Let me get a rotten flesh and a poisonous potato. Now, as you probably know, you can't put poisonous potatoes or rotten flesh on these campfires. Now, you can. The poisonous potatoes turn into normal potatoes, which then you can cook again to make, they're just potatoes. The rotten flesh, they take a long time. They take twice as much as cooking a normal piece of food. But if you have extra rotten flesh and you don't know what to do with it, rotten flesh on a campfire turns into leather. Let me just wait for that to happen. There we go. 2 nice pieces of leather. If you combine these in the crafting table, it doesn't matter the order. Watch, I'll just do it randomly. There we go. You get apple pie. And it's nothing too fancy. It's just the same as pumpkin pie. It's just apple. Oh, you can craft saddles now with just 6 pieces of leather, a tripwire hook, and an iron ingot. And that gives you 1 saddle. There you go. You're also welcome. Now, here comes the fun part. If I get some copper and gold nuggets, I can craft myself a lovely set of basic bullets. Now, do keep in mind that these bullets, they go by pretty quickly. So, be careful of that. I know. You want to know how to make a gun. Let me show you. You go here, leather, redstone, coal. And that gives you a handgun. Yes. You can shoot. It does deal damage. There you go. You have your own gun to use at your own disposal. Do keep in mind, I have some plans for the future. I've had this in the works for a couple months, like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. There will be a link to the GitHub in the description below. All you're going to want to do is download the 2 files that are in there. One is a resource pack, one is a data pack. And yeah, if you need any help, comment down below. Say, hey, can you tell me how to download a data pack and use it? And I'll be more than happy to supply a tutorial for how to download a data pack. That's going to be it for you guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope you like this data pack, and maybe I'll do a playthrough on it. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.